rise for the singing of our national anthem by the senior members of the River Hill Chorus.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. At this time, I would like to invite Class of 2016 graduate Laura Zhang to the stage for our official graduation welcome.
Hello, class of 2016. Wow. We're here, sitting in the front rows of the Meriwether Post Pavilion. During our time at River Hill, we witnessed a lot. Gangnam Style, Obama's re-election, the Harlem Shake, the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, the spread of Ebola, a particular pair of white vans, and the announcement of a second Incredibles movie. At the same time, we struggled with Turnitin.com, Aspen, Synergy, Gaffe, and Canvas. We lived in an era when a wellness policy meant pizza and after-school snacks. We got stuck on 108 between 7:10 and 7:25, with and without parents. We shifted from coffee in class to morning coffee in the hallways. We clutched that 89.5. We've done a lot, but now it's time for us to move on. And honestly, it wouldn't have been possible without everyone sitting behind, left, right, and beyond. Parents, teachers, former and current faculty, and friends. You've all been integral parts of our growth and success. So, on behalf of River Hill's 20th class of seniors, thank you and welcome. Seniors, I wish you all a memorable ceremony and success in the next chapter of our lives. And now, please welcome Brianna Mental to the stage to introduce our honored guests.
Good afternoon. At this time, we would like to recognize and thank some special individuals without whose hard work we would not have received the exceptional education that we have. Guests, as you are introduced, please stand to be recognized. Audience members, please hold your applause until all introductions have been made. On this stage at this time, we have the Honorable Alan Kittleman, Howard County Executive. Miss Ellen Flynn Giles, Vice Chairman of the Board of Education of Howard County. Miss Ann DeLacy, member of the Board of Education of Howard County. Miss Sandra French, member of the Board of Education of Howard County. Miss Cynthia Valancourt, member of the Board of Education of Howard County. Dr. Renee Foos, superintendent of the Howard County Public School System. Mrs. Linda Wise, deputy superintendent of the Howard County Public School System. The Honorable Gail Bates, Maryland State Senator, District 9. The Honorable Guy Gazzone, Maryland State Senator, District 13. The Honorable Vanessa Atterbury, Maryland State Delegate, District 13. The Honorable Trent Kittleman, Maryland State Delegate, District 9A. The Honorable Warren Miller, Maryland State Delegate, District 9A. The Honorable Frank Turner, Maryland State Delegate, District 13. The Honorable Dr. Calvin Ball, Chairperson of the Howard County Council, District 2. The Honorable Greg Fox, Howard County Council, District 5. Ms. Grace Chesney, Chief Accountability Officer of the Howard County Public School System. Mr. John White, Director of Communications, Howard County Public School Systems. Dr. Gina Masella, Director of High Schools of the Howard County Public School System. Mrs. Catherine McKinley, Principal, River Hill High School. Mrs. Betsy Coe, Assistant Principal, River Hill High School. Mrs. Kendra Fairley, Assistant Principal, River Hill High School. Dr. Napoleon Saunders, Assistant Principal, River Hill High School. Mr. Brandon Lauer, Athletics and Activities Manager, River Hill High School. Ms. Laura Peter, Assistant Principal, the Homewood Center. Mr. Rick Robb, Administrator, the Applications and Research Laboratory. Mr. Mark Napolitano, Teacher of the Year, River Hill High School. Ms. Sybil Modispatcher, Senior Class Co-Sponsor, River Hill High School. Dr. David McNeil, Senior Class Co-Sponsor, River Hill High School. Mrs. Callie Casper, Teacher, River Hill High School. Mrs. Kristen Mitchell, Teacher, River Hill High School. Let's give all our honored guests a round of applause. Thank you all so much. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Erin Hill, who will present our first student address.
Good afternoon, everyone. The great philosopher David Bowie once said, "I don't know where I'm going from here, but I promise it won't be boring." Well, I also have no idea where I'm going. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be both a painter and a policewoman. I imagined myself wearing all navy and a beret and holding a palette in one hand and a badge in the other. I have always been indecisive. Things have changed a bit since then. Instead of trying to choose to be a policewoman or a painter, I am trying to choose whether to study research psychology or art therapy. Similarly, one friend is torn between anesthesiology and biomedical engineering, another between cybersecurity and forensics. All of us are just as indecisive as we were in kindergarten, but choices about our future are so much harder to make now because they matter so much more. And even though these choices may terrify us, we are so lucky to get to choose. In this moment, there are no certainties, there are no limitations. The only obligation we have is to ourselves, to proceed without caution towards a life we love, and to gracefully take advantage of the many opportunities ahead of us. Today, we have our whole life to look forward to, but we cannot forget to appreciate our past. Now, I know we did not love every high school assignment. I can't count the number of times I've heard, "When am I ever going to use this?" I personally may never again think about Pascal's theorem or cellular fusion, but some of you will. Every one of us has experienced passion about an activity or club or class in this school, and in doing so, surprised ourselves. By opening our minds to subjects we had never considered before, we found our passions. We discovered how amazing it feels to succeed in something new, something we love. For a week after the Huck Finn trial, I Googled 100 different law schools. A week later, I decided law was probably not a great field for someone who can't stand confrontation. But at least when I look back, I will have no regrets in not pursuing law for a day, because at least for a moment in time, I considered something I had never considered before. Now, just a year after that mock trial, we are finally here at the prestigious celebration of 4 years of hard work, about to walk on the same stage that was once graced by the wise poet Snoop Dogg. So before I join you in my seat, I'll leave you with this. We should never be strangers to the potential of something new. It's okay to switch our major once or twice or 10 times, or apply for 100 different jobs. It's time to find that drive that pushed us to clutch an A or make the team or get a lead, and use it to pursue every possibility until we find the path for us, until we can look back and know that everything we did led us to where we're going, which is somewhere we'd never dreamed we'd be. We cannot settle for a life that makes us anything less than absolutely overjoyed. So take a deep breath, enjoy this instant of calm. Be proud of your hard work, but make it worthwhile. Find a way to love what you do, no matter what it is, whether it's neuroscience or astrobiology or quilting. Each of us has a million different achievements and honors and failures and experiences and moments of sheer joy to look forward to. I would expect nothing less from you, the River Hill class of 2016. And when there's a reunion a long way down the road, I cannot wait to hear from each and every one of you about the places you've been. At this time, I would like to invite Madison Steinberg to the stage for her student address.
Good afternoon, family, friends, faculty, distinguished guests, and the River Hill class of 2016. What a great day to be a Hawk. Over the past 20 years, it seems like River Hill has done it all. And during the last 4 years, the class of 2016 wrote our own chapter in history. We have won 9 sports state championships and supported 17 all-state musicians. We contributed to the FBLA Decade of Dominance and have perpetuated the academic excellence that is River Hill. We birthed and raised clubs that support tutoring, baking, performing, and gaming, all at the benefit of our community. And only 2 weeks ago, we had the opportunity to celebrate River Hill's 20th anniversary. But along with this great milestone, we were compelled to endure change. We faced a change in administration, breaking our comfortable routines for the better. And we witnessed the shift from Aspen to Canvas, which turned out to be pretty cool. And then we suffered through an entire week of snow days. And we struggled through hot topic issues like dress code, diversity, and election year politics. And lastly, we determined the color graduation gowns we are wearing today. Thankfully, this magnificent royal blue. While change is never easy, it has continued to shape us into the people we are destined to be. Our contributions to this community were anticipated by the success of those who came before us. But the legacy we leave behind will reverberate for years to come. And while it's comforting to reflect on our time in high school, we must welcome the new beginnings that lie on the path before us. Mark Twain said, 20 years from now, you'll be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. As we move forward with the next chapter of our lives, I challenge you to apply this statement to your life and never hold back. Throw off the bowlines. Now is our chance. We must release ourselves from the restrictions, obligations, and expectations that have kept us anchored here over the past 20 years. We need to stop worrying about what other people think, stop trying to conform to a certain mold, and stop attempting to fulfill other people's dreams. We must seize the opportunity to try something new, to do what makes us happy, to find ourselves and to be ourselves. Sail away from the safe harbor. As we all go our different ways, whether that be college, vocational school, military service, or employment, we will be saying goodbye to River Hill and the comfortable, familiar world in which we live. However, the anxieties that come along with leaving our safe harbor will be incomparable to the memories that we will make on the next leg of our journey. There are many more things to learn, places to go, and people to meet. It's our turn to go and unlock these treasures. Catch the trade winds in your sails. Over the course of our next adventure and the rest of our lives, we will encounter many opportunities that will propel us towards our goals. Utilize these occasions to fulfill your potential. Some of these occasions might be unusual, unconventional, and uncomfortable, but they will always help shape us into the people we will be remembered as. Find something that works for you and go for it. You never know what might happen. The world is our ocean, and it both comforts us and terrifies us. It is filled with miles and miles of unearthed opportunities and paths that have never been explored. We can dive deep down to face our darkest fears, sometimes discovering something truly amazing. And back on the surface, waves will surround us, threatening to drown our dreams. But if we learn to go with the waves instead of fighting them, we will flourish in the face of adversity. We are the captain of our own ships, and we steer ourselves in whatever direction we choose. We are the class of 2016, the innovators, the teachers, the healers, and the learners. We are the thinkers, the leaders, the creators, and the risk takers. 20 years from now, we will be the ones who have changed the world. Explore, dream, discover. Congratulations, class of 2016. We did it. Thank you. Now I'd like to invite Samuel Margolis to the stage to introduce the 2016 Teacher of the Year.
Do. Every morning, Mr. Napolitano, or Mr. Knapp, as I and nearly all of his students affectionately call him, sings that tune as he walks through the door, full of energy. I'm pretty groggy at 7:25 in the morning, and most mornings I roll out of bed still with my pajamas on, but not him. I'm not sure if it's his zestful passion for living or the 5 cups of coffee he drinks, but he comes ready to teach. I've had Mr. Knapp for both AP Psychology and AP Economics, and he has come excited and passionate to teach us or show us something new each and every day, even if it's not academic. One day, there's a deer outside our classroom window, something most of us had probably seen a million times, but he literally jumped out of his seat, ecstatic to show us the deer, as if he had just discovered a new animal. His passion for life and teaching, which he brings to everything from supply and demand slopes to the deer outside his classroom window, is what makes him such a fantastic teacher. In closing, I would like to thank Mr. Napolitano for the passion and energy he brings to the classroom every day, and it gives me enormous pleasure to introduce the recipient of the 2016 Teacher of the Year Award, Mr. Mark Napolitano.
Sam, thank you for those very, very kind words, and I had forgotten about the deer, but it was a beautiful deer. Honored guests, parents, families, my exceptional colleagues, and the class of 2016. As a proud educator in Howard County for 32 years, and 20 of them at River Hill High School, it is truly an honor, and I must say, it tastes especially sweet. Thank you, class of 2016. My heart is filled with joy and gratitude. Let me ask you a question, because that's what we do. Who are you? The question can be more profound than the answer, but it needn't be. Stay with me for a moment. Begin to remove all the connections that define you, that provide you with an identity, a son, a daughter, a brother, a sister, a student, a friend. See how you slowly begin to disappear as you peel away these relational connections. Without them, it becomes more difficult to know who you truly are. Who are you? Now let's begin to retrieve those parts of yourself that we just removed. Let's reattach them, and you come into greater and greater relief. You become identifiable. Your relational self and your embodied self become whole. These collective parts, in fact, become the unique individuals I see before me today. Your relationships have forged who you are and continue to contribute to how you think, how you feel, and how you move through the world. In fact, this very commencement ceremony in part celebrates the most salient relationship you have thus far known, your immediate family. You are here atop their shoulders. The need for nurturing, supportive, and securely attached connection, which was provided to you as a child, will never wane, though at times you may deny it. Our need for deep, attuned, human connection will never fade, and those you seek, and whom seek you, will come to further define you, and you them. We need to be held when we hurt. We need to be heard when we're confused. We need to join with others to heighten our bliss. We humans are a collaborative species, and although we tend to elevate what may be termed the successful maverick, no one reaches their goal alone. And it is, in fact, only through our connection with others and the reciprocity it requires that we are fully able to see, know, and understand ourselves. The we precedes the me. If we neglect this essential feature of our humanity, we then undermine not only the joy, exaltation, and yes, at times pain that life presents, but more crucially, any hope of self-illumination. Certainly, we are all aware that our culture tends to define success in terms of wealth, achievement, and status. Yet using this narrow metric will still leave the question, who am I, woefully unanswered. In your ever explorative life, supportive relationships need to be forged, maintained, and celebrated. Embedding ourselves within a network of connected relationships will in fact pave the way toward the self-defined success we all so mightily strive for. This will allow you then to fully answer that question, who am I, as part of a relational network, conferring upon you many and future roles, daughter, son, and in the future, partner, wife, husband, mother, father, and always friend. The we begets the me, and will inform this life, your life, with meaning, compassion, equanimity, and purpose. This I most lovingly wish for not just our graduates, but for all of us here today. Live a life of peace. Live a life of kindness. Live a life of love together with others. And there alone will your life have been a most wondrous success. Thank you so very much.
I'm told I need no introduction. I am Mrs. McKinley, the principal, very, very proud and happy principal with these River Hill graduates before you. Before we move on to the most important part of today's program, we would like to extend a warm welcome to our county executive, Mr. Alan Kettleman.
Thank you very much. It's great to be with you, and first things first, on behalf of the residents of Howard County, I'm here to congratulate the River Hill class of 2016. You have made it. Congratulations. And I got to give a quick shout out because Brianna Metal, she was an intern in our office this past year, so congratulations to you, Brianna, as well. And as I think about today, and I think about the wonderful things you have been doing during your time at River Hill, the wonderful ways in which you've helped our community, I think it's also appropriate that with Memorial Day just being a couple days ago, for us to acknowledge that you wouldn't have had the opportunities you have today. You wouldn't have had this tremendous community of Howard County and Maryland and the country, but for the sacrifices of so many. And so I want to make sure we remember those who have fallen, the men and women who have fallen, because they did so you'd have this life. As I think of those who sacrificed for you, I certainly know your parents and family and friends are here. But we also should acknowledge those who have served us in the military. And so I'd like to take a brief moment to please ask any veteran who's in the audience to please stand, any active military to please stand, any military folks and the graduates who are going to go into the military, please stand and be acknowledged. Thank you so much for your service. I also want to acknowledge, someone mentioned to me earlier, we're live streamed, and there are active military across the seas who may be watching us today, so I want to make sure we acknowledge them as well. But thank you to the graduates who are going into the military. Thank you for your service in the future. Thank you for your willingness to take your place and to protect our country. In closing, because of all the sacrifices people have made for you and for me and others, I think it's important that we pay it back. And I've heard great things about your class and all the ways in which you've contributed to our community already. You have already done a tremendous job. But what I would ask you is to please consider, as you move on, how you can still serve others, how you can put others before yourself, how you can truly make a difference in our community, our state, and our nation. Because I think if you do that, then you're paying back what so many others have sacrificed for you. So in closing again, Hawks, you've already been flying on your own, but now it's time for you to fly higher and to fly farther and to make your mark on this world. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
On this, your graduation day, with our distinguished guests, your families, our wonderful faculty, and friends, we celebrate your success and consider the possibilities ahead of you. Your future depends upon what you do every day, but sometimes I want you to remember that it is the little things you do that can make a difference. Let me share my top 5 bits of wit and wisdom, and hopefully 2 words will resonate with you as graduates in the class of 2016. Number 1, always remember where you began. One of you recently told me about visiting your grandfather and the journal he keeps for you to recount your family history. Your story reminds me of a recent song. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing it, but by Tim McGraw. You know there's a light that glows by the front door. Don't forget the keys under the mat. When childhood stars shine, always stay humble and kind. Call home because your mother says to. Visit family every chance you can. It won't be wasted time. Always stay humble and kind. Number 2, find the best in others. Look around you. Hold on to that senior picture. Stay connected with these friends. Everyone's roadmap charts a different path. Whether you are going to MIT or UMD or UMBC or UVA or UNC or NYU or HCC or WVA or Duke, or you're about to begin a trade or job, or you're playing soccer, basketball, football, baseball, tennis, softball, golf, cheer, volleyball, bowling, lacrosse, wrestling, or running track, or you're competing in robotics or programming, future business leadership, art, music, or theater productions, or academic teams or internships. Be proud of our collective accomplishments. After all, one of these people graduating with you today could be the key to your success, or you could be the key to theirs. Don't take for granted the love this life gives you. Always stay humble and kind. Number 3, life is hard. So accept that fact and don't complain. Instead, laugh often. Even in text, I know you share your laughter with your ha-has and your smiley faces. Sometimes change is the hardest part of life to understand. What was the biggest change this year? No Dunkin' Donuts in class? Outrageous! Well, today a new journey begins, and routines and expectations will change again. Sharing a dorm room, late night study breaks, endless hours in the library, a little homesickness, cafeteria food 3 times a day, and maybe Starbucks instead of Dunkin' Donuts. Go with the flow, because change will allow you to grow. As John Lennon wrote, life is what happens when you're making other plans. It is okay to make plans to be better and better every day in every way. That's how the Hawks at River Hill do it. Number 4, be passionate and proud. Do what you love, even if you don't love it every day. Your passion, when given hawk wings to fly, can energize complacency and overcome obstacles. Be proud of your service, whether you planted flowers for NHS or planned an elementary pep rally for Cougar Day or painted the white frame in the stadium to be ready for the 20th anniversary. You made a difference. You are passionate superfans for River Hill events. You are passionate school leaders responsible for the first and only student Canvas community. Passionate students who have succeeded in rigorous coursework, and passionate young adults with impressive resumes. Your pride shows that you know and accept your own talents and strengths. I know you've got mountains to climb, but always stay humble and kind. Let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. Number 5, find your simple pleasures. Life is made up of moments. In this fast-paced world, slow down enough to appreciate and celebrate your high school memories. The glitter and glitz of a roaring 20s prom, the simple pleasures of a parking lot tailgate, the echoing cry of the hawk squawk, the cracking of crabs at the senior picnic, game day, and yes, summer break. When it's hot, eat a root beer popsicle, shut off the AC and roll the windows down. Let that summer sun shine. Always stay humble and kind. Stars shine brightest when the sun goes down. Today, the sun sets on your River Hill High School accomplishments. Now, find your star and begin the journey towards where you want to be. Remember these last 2 words. When the dreams you're dreaming come to you, when the work you put in is realized, let yourself feel the pride, but always stay humble and kind. Ms. DeLacy and Dr. Foose, as the very, very proud principal of River Hill High School, I hereby certify that the graduates seated before you have met all of the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Howard County Public School System and the Maryland State Department of Education. They are eligible to receive a Maryland high school diploma, a certificate of completion, or a certificate of attendance. Dr. Foose.
Good afternoon, graduates. Are you excited to be here? Oh my goodness, you're the quietest class that we've seen so far, last week and this week combined. Are you glad to be here? Okay, good. You've made it. Just want to say that of all the students that are graduating, this is the one class, everybody's successful, but you've done something more than be successful. You have defined what excellence truly is. This group right here before me now, you have defined what excellence truly is. And I could stand up here and talk for a half hour about some of the things that you have done to define excellence, by which every high school senior graduating across this country and across this globe would love to have in their own repertoire. And I'm just going to give you one example. Remember that test that you took very late last year, or maybe early this year? It was called the SAT or the ACT. Well, do you know that your performance collectively on that exam is 1 full standard deviation above the national average. 1 full standard deviation. 1810 is your combined score collectively. That outpaces almost every high school in the region. But did you know that about 2 million students take that test every year? 2 million students every year take that test. And the chances of getting a perfect score on that test are 0.003, like 0.003. The greater chance of being struck by lightning. Well, lightning struck in this class 3 times this year. We had 3 perfect scores, and I just want to commend Julia Domera, Eric Hasagawa, and Caitlin Hennessy for perfect scores on an exam that is incredibly hard. Congratulations. Just one example. Again, you have defined excellence. Are you ready to graduate? Your principal certified that you are ready to graduate, so let me make it official. Principal McKinley, I hereby certify that the members of the River Hill High School class of 2016 have met the appropriate graduation requirements and are eligible to receive a Maryland High School diploma or an appropriate certificate. I offer you the best wishes. Continue your excellence, because I do believe that you, this graduating class, right here today, will change the world. Congratulations. It's my pleasure to introduce to you Ms. Ann DeLacy, member of the Howard County Board of Education.
Well, I don't want to see your eyes rolling back in your head, because I'm not going to give a long speech. I promise. Usually I talk about serving the common good, which is better, serving the individual rights or the rights of the people. Usually I talk about my life when I faced segregation in North Carolina. But today I was volunteering at Northfield Elementary School, and a kindergartner said to me, and today was my final day volunteering there for this year, "Don't let people steal your joy." And he spelled steal, S-T-E-L. And it was by Cameron Dahl. And I thought, you know what? I don't want to talk about any drama. I don't want to talk about any heartaches or pains. I want to talk about positive vibes. How many of you are on Facebook? Hardly any. Yeah, I am too. And there's a site that's called Positive Vibes Only. And I want to read you some excerpts from that. It says, "Being positive won't guarantee you'll succeed, but being negative will guarantee you won't. Be so good, they can't ignore you. Love yourself, do good, always forgive, harm no one, and be positive. You are not a failure. You're still growing. Don't feel bad about that. Nothing is permanent. Don't stress yourself, because no matter how bad the situation is, it'll change. Sometimes it's better to be kind than to be right. We do not need an intelligent mind that speaks, but a patient heart that listens. As I grow, the more I learn to understand that it's okay to live a life others don't understand. It's okay. The Dalai Lama said, there are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday, and the other is called tomorrow. So today is the right day to love, believe, and mostly live. And finally, Marilyn Monroe said, keep smiling, because life is a beautiful thing, and there's so much to smile about. Congratulations.
Before we begin with the awarding of diplomas, I would like to remind everyone to please hold your applause after each and every one of the graduates has been recognized, so that we can hear all of the names. Additionally, please refrain from using any noisemakers so that all graduates' names can be heard. Life Touch Photography will take an official photograph of each graduate, so we would ask that you please remain seated throughout the ceremony so that every audience member can see. Are we ready to graduate? Class of 2016.
Miss Ann DeLacy, please allow the following Howard County Public School System staff members to award their children's diploma. Kelly Benson, Folly Quarter Middle School. Alexis Nicole Benson. Joseph Clark Benson. Greg Clark, River Hill High School. Colleen Faye Clark. Jane Carreri, Fulton Elementary School. Brendan Joseph Carreri. Sean Patrick Carreri. Amy Higgins, Dayton Oaks Elementary School. Rebecca Suri Higgins. Lisa Johnson, Clarksville Elementary School. Taylor Cassandra Johnson. Harjeet Jandu, Glenelg High School. Amrita Kaur. Zulma Lancashire, River Hill High School. Mariana Ashley Lancashire. Claudia Morris, Wild Lake High School. Mark Daniel Morris. Amy Rabinowitz, Clarksville Elementary School. Brian Thomas Rabinowitz. Judy Small, Rockburn Elementary School. Elizabeth Marie Small. Emily Ann Small. Maureen Turney, River Hill High School. Lucas Walter Turney. April Smith Valdasuso, Marriott's Ridge High School. Andrew Smith Valdasuso. Dr. Terry Vi, Bushy Park Elementary School. James Allen Vi. Michael John Zucchero. Alana Gabrielle Fauntleroy. Leisha G. Mahajan. Andre Rafael Nepomuceno. Shruti Balaji Rao. Alexis Nicole Scott. Brandon Michael Scott. Christina Marie Scott. Dominique Danielle Scott. Shelby Marie Scott. Noah Patrick Thyberg. Patrick Howard Gover. Aaron McKendry Hill. Samuel Jacob Margolis. Brianna Heather Mental. Madison Brianna Steinberg. Laura Yu Zhang. Janine Frances Abate. Rachel Grace Agnor. Justin Chase Alexander. Carolyn Mary Allen. Colin John Altman. Arthi Kamala Ambrosi. Kira Christine Anderson. Haley Lauren Armacost. Benjamin Yosef Azrieli. Amanda Margaret Bachman. John Chonghyun Beck. Jenna Renee Bailey. Vanessa Marie Barker. Thomas Martin Barrett. Cameron Reese Barrows. Chase Austin Barrows. Lauren Elise Beckjord. Christopher Ryan Berman. Beta Begisha. Ryan Joseph Beitzel. Albert Fiore Beninati. Emmy Maria Benson. Mika Ronit Burson. Alec Dimitri Best. Adriana Marie Bethay. Armand David Bardwaj. Brianna Elizabeth Bishop. Ania Jamie Blake. Tyler James Bond. Connor Reese Brainard. Griffin Lon Brightbill. Shruti Budiji. Luke Anthony Buttram. Catherine Marie Cadigan. Luke Timothy Cadenhead. Matthew Charles Campbell. Richard Marshall Capino. Rachel Harumi Kaplan. Sophie Golda Kaplan. Paige Olivia Caprera. Jennifer Lynn Carpenter. Aman Ishak Chalklater. Andrew Liu Chen. Kara Michelle Chen. Wesley Kaishi Chang. Lisa Jung Cho. Katie Haun Cho. Benjamin Forbes Chodnicki. Alice Sua Che. Brian Jun Young Choi. Cole Daniel Christensen. Joshua Gardiner Croniger. Jenna Yu Chun. Spencer Robert Collin. John Patrick Connolly. Garrett William Connors. Griffin Paul Connors. Stephen Kais Cornwell. Michael William Correo. Kaylee Ann Koval. Jordan Alexandra Cummins. Alexis D'Souza Dada. Sonia D'Souza Dada.
Brianna Christine Davis. Mark Joseph D. Simone. Abigail Maria Disman. Naji Hassan Dorsey. Mia Dubin. Nathaniel Robert Dustin. Julia Therese Desmira. Ryan Mackenzie Erskine. Jessica Lynn Irvin. Mitchell Hayden Evans. Ethan Ugong Farkas. Kyle Robert Falconer. Elena Elizabeth Feinberg. Kevin Andrew Fitzgerald. Matthew Thomas Floyd. Amanda Haley Fortin. Bridget Rose Frankhauser. John Brendan Friel. Timothy Ryan French. Jacob Simon Friedman. Matthew Jacob Freidenberg. Qasim Ali Gadawala. Emily Virginia Gick. Samuel Beckford Gift. Lindsay Jordan Goodnight. Spencer Alexander Gray. Marissa Carlise Green. Natalie Margaret Greenlee. William Grant Grinnell. Shannon Sierra Groves. Yu Ching Guan. Benjamin John Girton. Ariane Atalanta Give. Daniel Christopher Gurley. Sean Kelly Guthier. Lily Ha. Kimberly Nicole Harity. Morena Noyam Hartunian. Shin Hee. Michael Lawrence Heitzman. Bailey Claire Hannigan. Caitlin Arminda Hennessy. Molly Ann Hennessy. Scott Thomas Hilliard. Stephen Taylor Hilliard. Carly Matea Hirsch. Jessica Marie Hopkins. Tiffany Marissa Howell. Jacob Floyd Howland. Omar Haraki. Mamia Dekua Aidan. Amanda Gail Iovine. Melanie Worston Ibsen. Daniel Spencer Isaac. Sarah Isabel Jason. Kirsten Lee Jolly. Marcel Durant Joseph. Anitha Lakshmi Kalori. Grace Masengo Kanda. Son Kang. Aaron Daniel Kaplan. Jeremy Norman Kaplan. Akil Saram Katori. Abigail Malloy Keene. Razin Nawaz Khan. Mikhail Karbava. Udit Katan. Brian Gunho Kim. Heather Jungmi Kim. Kevin Juhyun Kim. Rachel Kim. Rena Kim. Caroline Nicole Kingsbury. Sophia Elise Knowlton-Lacken. Seth Andrew Conquerit. Justin Aaron Kortick. Michael Thomas Kozel.
Samantha Drew Lala. Serena Margaret Lamb. Jake Anthony Lancelota. Anna Alexandra Latsko. Brandon Jin Young Lee. Hannah Unju Lee. Julian Lee. Wade Christopher Lewis. Kelsey Lee. Alexander Matthew Lynn. Daniel Joseph Long. Jennifer Liu. Emily Joan Law. Roger Tiger Mao. Alexa Nicole Marquis. Gwen Isabel Marsh Armstrong. Haley Noel Masker. Kevin James Mason. Jack Henry Moss. Henry Crone McLaughlin. Avery Ann McMahon. Syed Hassan Mehdi. Elena Rebecca Mellert. Damian Christopher Mertez. Cole Grant Mahalik. Michaela Drew Minnick. Dylan Scott Mitchell. Kemi Mariah Moore. Michael Francis Morris. Ali William Mortazavi. Brandon Joseph Murphy. Luke Thomas Murphy. Sanjay Mysore. Claire Elizabeth Napoli. Shende Kinga Diritru. Chase Alexander Newbirth. Sarah Nicole Newton. Caitlin Alicia North. Kate Leslie Novia. Ola Rachel Wadioko. Peyton Marshall Oaks. Catherine Oluwafisayo Obisi-san. Caitlin Mary O'Brien. Olivia Teresa O'Connor. Andrew Quincy Orloff. Kristen Jude Oritsuwemi Best Otubu. Jason Andrew Owens. Lauren Elise Owens. Isabel Rose Pachi. Timothy J. Pang. Caroline Juliette Parisienne. Brina Dharmendra Patel. Chandani Kanayalal Patel. Reena Sanjay Patel. Viraj Vikram Patel. Justin Nyatwi Pham. Alexander Michael Pilarchik. Donovan Cameron Pines. Natalie Christine Pinjatori. Sydney Amanda Poindexter. Morgan Alexa Politzer. Luveth Andrea Portillo Carbajal. Tomas Ronald Potts. Nicholas Jameson Powers. Gabriel Antonio Quintero. Naomi Almojal Rabe. Sydney Constance Ray. Travis Ryan Remsen. Jared Cliff Richards. Alyssa Lee Regal. Mina Naguib Rizkala. Allison C. Rodriguez. Trent William Rose. Hannah Janine Bloom Rosen. Catherine Rozier. Madeline Grace Rusenko.
Natalie Grace Ryan. Cyrus John Sadet. Julia Kalb Sachs. Lee Cameron Sadlier. Neha Satapathy. Maxwell Harrison Scherer. Ariel Mamato Scholl. Daniel Jabian Schulman. Allison Grace Seibert. Amir Sadra Saperi. Nicholas Lee Settle. Phoebe Samantha Severin. Shayan Sean Shakorzada. Douglas Kim Shamlin. Eric Urcheng Shao. Shreya Sharma. Connor Nevin Schatzer. Matthew Ryan Shealy. Ryan Patrick Shen. Jade Shields. Selena Joyce Shi. Michael Hyunsup Shin. Zainaldine Ragid Shorbaji. Alicia Irene Shred. Evangela Eleni Shred. Hannah Elizabeth Sarasitis. Catherine Rachel Siglin. Robert Joseph Scapora. Justin David Smedley. Josephine Honore Smith. Jesse Sun. Mingshi Max Song. Chelsea Marie Subier. Alec Joshua Spatel. Vishnu Sridhar. Raghav Shrivastava. Olivia Brooke Talbot. Emma Hyde Talbot. Olivia Brooke Talbot. Emily Kun Tan. Paris Jolie Taylor. Soham Rajiv Tucker. Joseph Armando Thomas. Emily Elizabeth Thornton. Connor Ryan Tinker. Andrew Ryan Tossman. Sarah Brittany Tossman. Andrew Charles Tyler. Samuel David Vaness. Logan Enfield Walker. David Jiaoliang Wang. Isabel Jessica Wang. James Huayu Wong. Tiffany Elizabeth Wong. Leah Mackenzie Weaver. Catherine Marie Waring. Olivia Catherine Weiss. Eric Ronald Welts. Marvin Zhu. Rebecca Bell Yang. Shuwen Yang. Eileen Zijia Ying. Amanda Shenyin Yuan. Natalie Maria Zakel. Arsalan Javed Zachariah. What?
Miss Jennifer Stidham. Just say Jennifer Stidham.
Oh no. Jennifer Lynn Stidham. Okay. And then where? Angelo David Zaldivar. Nicholas Shuyan Zhao. Joyce Yua Zhuang. Aria Zai. Donald Ethan Zimmerman.
At this time, we'd like to come forward Patrick Govier, the senior class president.
Good afternoon. My name is Patrick Gover, and congratulations, class of 2016. It's been a fun 4 years, but we have finally finished high school. I'm honored to lead you in turning your tassels as a symbol of your long-awaited graduation. Please stand. All right, everyone ready? All right. Start with your tassel on the right, and on the count of 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, class of 2016. We've done it.